Hi everyone. So today in this mom session, which is motivation and orientation for MCQ exam, I will be talking on a very common doubt that I get from the students, that how to retain the things for a longer time. It's a very common doubt that I get from the student that, sir, I have read this much, but I am not able to recall it after so many days. So now let us first try to identify that what is the reason that is happening that you are not able to retain the things for a longer time. Okay, so to err is human, and that is absolutely fine. If you are forgetting something, do not think that you are creating or you are committing a sin. Now it's a normal thing to forget the things in the life. Now if I go to a learning pyramid and how to retain the things, now there are enough literature that is available on this, and it says that different ways of learning have got different power of retention. Now, when you talk about a monologue, or when you learn from just a lecture, the only power of retention is 5%. Okay, when you read it, it is 10%. Now, when somebody is teaching you with an audio visual, with the help of the audio visual, the learning or retention power is 25 to 30%. Now, commonest way that people say that you retain longer is a discussion, but you will be surprised to know that discussion has a retention power of only 45 to 50%. Then what is the best way to learn something? The best way to learn something is to implement it in your daily life and to teach. Teaching is supposed to be the best way to learn, having a retention power of 90 to 95%. So that means that if you attend my class, I do not know how much you learn, but I am retaining more than 95% of what I have taught you. Okay, so that means do not afraid of teaching somebody. Now, when you are appearing for a competitive exam, you try to keep the data to yourself, and you don't want to teach it to your friend, thinking that he or she might also get more marks if they will learn that particular data. But please remember, if you are teaching it to somebody, you are teaching it for you, because you gonna get 95% and he or she might get 5 to 10% of that. Okay, so the teaching is the best art to retain the thing for a longer time. Another important point that you need to understand here is that different content has got different retention power. I can broadly divide the content into two broad groups: a concept based information and a fact based information. Now, the concept tends to stay with you. A concept needs to be understood, and it takes time to understand a concept. Facts are forgettable. They are easy to learn, but they are more forgettable. And that is why you have to schedule your revisions. And when you are scheduling your revisions, the revision should be more focused on facts. Now, the common example that I can give you for the concept is, now let us take the example of our subject like radiology. Now, we know that in a chest x-ray, air appears black. Now, if I ask you a reason, you will say, yes, air appears black because the beam is able to pass through the air. So that means that's a concept, that if the beam is able to pass, it will appear black. Once you understood this concept, you can apply this particular concept and you will never forget it in your life. Examples of the fact. The example of fact is, my name is Rajat Jain. Now, why it is Rajat Jain? It is a fact. It's a simple fact. Now, you have to reinforce your brain this information again and again so that you can recall it later. Okay. Now, what is the problem with the fact? When the brain accumulates more fact, it tends to leave certain facts, because brain is like a hard drive, and there is a limited information, a limited factual information that can be retained inside the brain. Imagine going to a library with 5,000 books and all the books are haphazardly placed in the library. If you have to take out a book, you will never be able to do that. Now imagine a library having 5,000 books and every book is nicely placed in a rack, properly arranged, A, B, C, D. You would love to go to that particular library, go to the section, take out the book and come out. So that is the same thing that you have to do with your brain. Arrange the information in an organized manner. The brain would love to give it back to you if it is organized in the brain. So now the real question comes, how to organize the information in the brain. If you look at, it is always easy to learn something from your pre-existing knowledge. Now, how a child learns? You are giving some tables to a child. like 2, table of 2. So it's a 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6, 2 fours are 8. So now he's building it up. Okay, suddenly you will ask, okay, what is 2 eights are? And he say, okay, 4, 6, and then he'll say 16. So that is the same thing that is happening. He's learning in a stepwise manner. So that means information on a pre-existing knowledge can be easily recalled. If I tell you my birthday is on 18th August, you will remember, you will listen to it today, and you're gonna forget it tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. But if you remember it by linking it with the information that you already have it in your brain, like you remember, okay, one of my friend named Piyush, his birthday is also 18th August, or his birthday is 17th August. So Sir's birthday comes one day after Piyush's birthday. There are more chances that you will be able to recall that particular event. This is the way to remember a factual information. Try to make flowcharts. Try to remember the things in a way, okay, this comes, after this comes, after this comes, after this comes, and after this comes. Suddenly you're gonna see it will be much easy to recall that particular information in a long term. The second important point is implement. Now for a competitive exam, implementation will play a key area in your preparation. So what you have to do is implement that knowledge that you have acquired. Now try to write the paper and try to identify your mistakes. It is a very old saying that you learn from your mistake. Whatever mistake that I have done in my life in last so many years, I remember each and every mistake. So that is the same thing. If you are attempting an MCQ paper and you are doing a mistake, you will learn it. Okay, I have done this particular mistake and I am not supposed to repeat it in future. So put yourself into the examination atmosphere. Whatever that you have read, go to the exam, simulate yourself, do the mistakes. Do not get afraid of committing the mistakes. Do the mistake, because if you will not do the mistake today, you're gonna do the same mistake in the exam, and that will be too late. So it is better to do it in the practice sessions so that you can avoid those mistakes in the exam. So just to sum up, please try to teach somebody. Please try to implement. If you can't do that, discuss. These are the best way to retain things for a longer time. Make memory maps, make flow charts, segregate your information into concept and facts. Take time for the revision. The revision should be more focused on the fact, and needless to say, attempt papers, simulate the environment, do the mistakes and learn from the mistakes. Suddenly you're gonna see that there is a sharp improvement in your retention. Obviously, you have to remove all the distraction, stay focused with the exam. If anybody wants to watch this session in the Hindi, you can you can see the description. There is a link of the same video in the Hindi also. If you like these sessions, please comment it. If you want any other mom session, please write it on the comment section and I will be more than happy to take up your doubt. Okay, take care and all the best.